Hi, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Goddess Out of Mars. And today we're going to be diving into a topic that dances on the edge of love, desire, and control binding spells. And I know whether we admit to or not, some of us have done some type of love spell, attraction spell, or binding spell for someone. Some say they're powerful tools of intention, while others say they are a spiritual trap. And today we're going to be exploring into those. So, binding spells, some can define those as some magical workings or spells that attempt to restrain, control, or limit others' behavior, actions, or situation. So some may do that from love for boyfriends to influence desire for themselves or others, or even, keeping someone in a relationship or taking someone that is already in a relationship. So even though we are kind of on both sides, consent is very, very important. However, some of us do not do that. So the intent behind binding spells, some may do it for security or control purposes, and that when it goes bad. And there is a very thin line between feeling secure and control. And no matter how we feel about love spells, whether we like it or not, our ancestors, our grandmothers, grandfathers, aunties, uncles, great parents, they done some type of love or attraction spell. And some of it, if not most, have resulted in marriages or some type of relationship. Yes, yes, yes. And I know that some of us want to believe that grandma and granddaddy had this long, loving relationship based purely on love, commitment, and loyalty. But I'm pretty sure down the road, before we were even thought of when they were younger and lots of drama and maybe a one or two, grandma and granddaddy, they did something to bring their partner right back in, or probably did something to get them in the first place. So some love and binding spells, they can, I probably have, resulted in long lasting marriages. And if done correctly in the right way with the consent with the loving partner that you're already together with and they know your practices, it can heal some emotional rifts or some heal some emotional brokenness between one another. Not doing it for control, again, doing it for security and to heal an already committed and consistent relationship, one that is based on consent. Again, keyword is consent. Your partner already knows your practices and they know that you won't do anything to control them, but you would do things to heal the relationship and heal yourself. And some people, I know that during their wedding, again, while giving consent from both of them, they'll do like some type of spell together to set that foundation into their marriage. And so some of them work if you have like mutual attention. And again, ancestral approach, I know some of us are very, very against it. But after all, putting the good with the bad and being very realistic, some of our ancestors and grandma, they've done that. They nailed some shoes beside the bed, put something in some spaghetti, took somebody's drawers in the backyard, little wine, a little pin to the finger. They did something. And that's just the reality of it. No matter how we don't like it, or even though consent is very important, it didn't happen a couple of times. And I'm pretty sure they're probably still married are together to this day. And also on the other half, it could have went up. Some relationships probably went up in smoke, even though they don't talk about it, have resulted in very, very negative and dangerous consequences. But consent in magic is very crucial. Also, along with that, I've gotten comments, well, that even though bonding, well, if you say that you need consent with binding spells, also that, and I agree with them, that you need consent before you do spells on getting a job, having influence over a boss. Because in a way, before you did that spell, they were probably set in their decision or had some type of control. But since you did that spell, you influenced their actions, were something they would not have done or thought away before you've done that spell. Some might not agree that, oh, love spells aren't the same thing as attraction, court case, influencing a judge, but also hate to admit it, but that is kind of the same. If again, consent is very important in love spells. And also with that, some people can say that you're not giving consent to that judge, you're not giving consent to that boss, you're not getting consent to friends and others around you when you do favor spells or attractions or court case spells or spells for your career. You're not giving that same consent. So, and also, just one last thing, in love spells, it is very important that I can, from my experience and that with my personal opinion, that people who do love spells, they have some of them who are not consenting and do love spells on people who they probably don't even know, have some type of unbalance in self-worth and self-love. And not all, but some. But I would suggest that, love is also self-love. Do a love spell on yourself where you fall in love with yourself, that you are highly obsessed with yourself and love yourself and others that they love to you. And also with that, this would go for men and women. If y'all out here doing a love spell on a man or a woman that is not your partner, your long-term partner or wife or husband or a committed, partner, why aren't y'all doing those on your kids? Strengthening the love that you have with your kids. You're out here doing this love spell for this random man or this woman who could probably care less to you while your kids are sitting at home. First of all, do right by your kids. Don't just have them being influenced by you. A child's love is already strong for their mother and father. No matter, I hate to say, what a child goes through, they will always have a strong love for their mother and father. So don't abuse that with having them committed to you for no reason at all. But also just strengthen the love for yourself and also strengthening the love and relationship that you have with your children. But that's it. Comment what you think are stories that you have. I am in the next couple of bonus episodes. I am taking stories for love spells and money spells that have resulted in, strong committed relationships, and also ones that have, in it in disaster and not that so good. So don't be afraid to DM me, email me on DM or email me on my email. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So share with me what your thoughts are. I have a poll on my Instagram. Go over there and check it out. But share with me your reflections and comment your old stories. I have a post up where I am taking stories. You can submit them anonymously. And you never know. You might hear your story on here to share and guide people and just to share your stories for ones that you've done that may have resulted in some good or ones that may have resulted in not so good. But thank you for tuning in. Bye.